afraid of the dark? Just relax and let the darkness fall over you.
Welcome to Afraidish, a podcast where we take a deep dive into the history and paranormal while enjoying some tasty adult beverages. From ghost sightings to hauntings, urban legends and cryptids, let's get weird and afraid-ish together. Welcome to episode 51. I am Paul.
And I'm Ashley.
And welcome to another Halloween special.
Ooh.
I don't know if last year I called them Halloween series, and then the actual Halloween day, it was a special. I don't know. It's Halloween month, so yeah.
Yeah. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yes, it is. What are you drinking?
A gummy bear-ish?
Cocktail, yes.
Yeah. We went to Bears last night with my mom.
Yeah.
And she got a cocktail with her dinner called a gummy bear. And I'm a pineapple girl. I'm a cherry girl, and I'm a peach girl. So I took a picture of the menu where it listed the ingredients, and Paul went and bought them, and that's what we're drinking tonight.
Yes. I did a shot or two of cherry vodka.
A shot or two of
yeah.
peach schnapps.
Peach schnapps. A splash of cherry grenadine, and filled the rest of the glass with pineapple juice.
So yum.
And a little bit of ice. And I'm on my fourth glass.
Ice.
Little bit of ice.
Well, ice is ice cream, so no ice cream. But
speaking of ice cream, I bought some. I didn't eat it yet.
I know.
Anyways. I'm on my fourth glass of this gummy bear yumminess. Yeah. I'm definitely feeling it.
This is my third glass, and I'm not feeling shite.
Well, yeah. I like to make mine strong.
I'm a heavy pour, baby. I pour with my heart, and I've had 2 of these already that I made. You made this one. This one, I can't even taste the alcohol in. So I don't think you make your drinks as strong as you think you make your drinks.
I didn't make yours as strong as mine because I didn't know if you made yours strong or not. So
I'm Swedish.
Okay.
My ancestors did nothing but...
Well, I'm Irish, so... I should have heavy poured yours too. I'm sorry.
So the joke is, when Christianity was taking over Europe, the Danes folded. They were like, we're done. It's fine. We'll adopt your new religion. The Swedes partied and drank. The Norwegians were the only ones who resisted.
Yeah.
And the rest just moved to Iceland.
Yep. All right. So, these Halloween specials, I've been looking for like different things that have to do with like scary and shit. I mean, this whole podcast has to do with like ghosts and shit.
Yeah.
This is like, I don't know.
It's not Black Eyed Kids, is it?
No.
Yeah, because, okay, so I'm on 2 podcasts now.
Yes.
The Hot Mess Roundtable. Last week when we recorded, Jordan, one of the other ladies, had her mom and aunt come on to do part 3 of personal ghost stories.
Nice.
So tomorrow as of when we're recording this today, right. What is tomorrow, the 14th?
Yes. Monday,
October 14th. The first of the Halloween series airs, where it's the 4 of us talking about our ghost stories. It's mostly me talking. I didn't think that I was like, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to have a couple stories. And the other, like, I know one of them lives in a haunted house. Lauren, her house is for sure haunted. And I didn't know about the other 2 ladies. But I was like, my ghost stories are small sauce compared to theirs. Apparently, I'm the only one. Really, I started talking, and they just kept coming and coming, and I was like, damn. And I didn't even get to all of them.
Damn.
Before we had to move on. And I forgot about some, and the next day I was like, oh shit, I should have talked about that. Oh shit, I should have talked about that.
Yeah.
But so that airs tomorrow. So
Sweet.
If you want to hear me run my mouth about my personal experiences with the paranormal, go listen to the Hot Mess Roundtable. But so Jordan had her mom and her aunt come on. We recorded last Wednesday, and they were talking about They grew up in Amityville, New York.
Damn.
A block or two away from the Amityville, I'm using air quotes, horror house. Yeah. Because the haunted part was faked.
Yeah.
But the real horror was the
murders.
The original family that were murdered in the house. Anyway. The house that Jordan's mom and aunt grew up in was the real haunted Amityville horror house. And they were talking about when they first moved into the house, apparently like an old artsy-fartsy lady had lived there. And she had like each room in the house painted like different murals. In the bathroom, there were mermaids. And in one of the rooms, she had like these big bug-eyed children painted on the walls. And so Lauren looked up because she was like, that was a thing back in like the 60s and 70s. Like people were into these big bug-eyed kids.
Right. So
she Googles it to try to find like the artist that inspired it. And the picture that she showed was basically a picture of a BEK. And awesome. I was like, no, put that away. You're going to give me nightmares. There are a few things that really, at this stage in life, there are a few things that cause me to lose sleep. Black-eyed kids are top of the list of things I can't.
Because, you don't know what they are. Are they aliens? Are they vampires?
Are they demons? Which,
but I mean,
I'm using the term demons loosely because you know how I feel.
I know
one man's demon is another man's deity.
It pretty much originated as a creepypasta, but still... People say they've actually seen stuff like that.
I mean, so, like, are you familiar with the concept of an egregore?
Yes.
If enough people put energy into a concept...
It manifests.
It can manifest. Yeah. In my opinion, all deities throughout history have been egregores.
Yeah.
Because people personify... inanimate objects like, oh, this river floods every year, and when it floods at the right time, we get better crops. When it floods at the wrong time, we die.
Right.
So then they were like, well, maybe we should pray to the river and ask it to only flood at the right time and not at the wrong time.
Right.
And then that's how river goddesses and gods and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Every god started out as a patron of a specific location in the world, and then they grew as the population and the culture grew, and other gods and deities went away, and the other ones took over. Yahweh being one of those. But I digress. Egregores, if enough people, like Slender Man, people allegedly have had encounters with the Slender Man.
Yeah. And
he started out as a creepypasta.
Yep.
So, is it overactive imaginations? Maybe. Is it trolls on the internet just trying to get a rise out of other people? Maybe. Are these people really having terrifying experiences with these supposed fictional beings? Maybe.
Or is it, say, demons are real, demons like posing as these...
Let's say negative entities.
Negative entities that are manifesting into these creepypasta characters that people dream up. I don't know.
That's another theory, is like, how was this thing thought up in the first place? Was it just someone's imagination, or did they have an experience? Maybe if not like an actual experience, did they have a dream?
Yeah.
Or an imaginationing? Because I feel like daydreaming is a real thing. I'm a daydreamer.
Me too, yeah.
Like hardcore. My mom used to say that I spent more time in outer space than I did on Earth.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty much.
And I still do. Like.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Let's get started. Here are 5 fun facts about the word enigma, just because I wanted to.
Okay.
5 fun facts. Number 1. The word enigma originated from the Greek word enigma, which means riddle It entered the English language in the early 17th century and has retained the meaning of something mysterious or puzzling.
Mm-hmm. Men are an enigma.
Yeah.
Women are an open fucking book. If you just listen to us, we're pretty easy to figure out.
Well, to men, you're an enigma because we don't listen.
Exactly. And then all these men who are like, well, women just don't ever tell. You're just not upfront with your feelings. How many times has she tried to explain to you her feelings and you just don't fucking get it, so she gave the fuck up?
Yep.
You know? And then they're blind, like, oh my god, I'm totally blindsided. My wife just asked me for a divorce. Came out of left field, didn't see it coming. And it's like, man, this has been coming for the last 15 years, buddy.
Yep. Men don't listen.
No, they don't.
Number 2. The word enigma is closely associated with mystery and secrecy. Mm-hmm. This association was heightened during World War II with the German enigma cipher machine, which was used to encrypt and decrypt secret messages. Mm. British mathematician Alan Turing and his team at Bletchley Park's successful efforts to crack the Enigma codes are credited with significantly shortening the war. That is pretty cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, interesting. Did not know that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Number 3. Enigma is a popular term in literature, often used to describe a character with a complex personality or mysterious elements that are difficult to understand or interpret. It's a favorite tool among writers to create suspense and intrigue.
Okay.
Number 4. Enigma has been used in popular culture, such as the name of a music project known for its mysterious and ambient music styles that blend classical, new age, and electronic elements. The project's use of Gregorian chants and the shrouded persona of the creator, Michael Cretu, added to its enigmatic allure. It's pretty cool. I know you listen to some stuff like that, right? Like
I don't
chanting music, maybe.
I listen to Nordic folk music.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's not very electronic. I wouldn't call it new age. In fact, I feel like specifically Vardruna and Heilung would probably be very offended if you tried to call their music new age, because Heilung specifically their thing is amplified history. They are trying to embody, it's not accurate. They are aware, but they're trying to embody what music might have felt like during prehistoric periods of time.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Number 5. In science, the term enigma is sometimes used metaphorically to describe puzzling phenomena or unsolved problems.
Like black holes are an enigma.
Yeah. For example, the enigma of Amigara Fault, a fictional story by Japanese artist Junji Ito, taps into the deep-seated human fear of the unknown and inexplicable.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Picture this. You're navigating a desolate back road at night. The dense forest on either side of you is a black void. Suddenly, a colossal shadowy figure with wings swoops overhead, eclipsing the moon.
Is it the Mothman?
Its fiery red eyes pierce the darkness, fixated on you.
Is it the Mothman?
A shiver of dread runs down your spine. You're not alone. You're being observed, and
by the
then...
Mothman.
God, let me speak, woman. And then, in an instant, it vanishes. Was it a bird, an animal, or something else?
The Mothman.
Jesus Christ. Tonight, we dive deep into the chilling mists of American folklore, right into the heart of Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
I've driven over that bridge.
Where the shadows move with a mind of their own, and the chill in the air isn't just from the wind. Yes, I'm talking about Mothman. A legend born from the murky waters of the Ohio River, casting its eerie glow in the eyes of the scared and the curious alike.
That movie was like one of my stepmom's favorite movies. It was one of the very first things she made me watch after she and my dad started dating, and we would go down to visit her. She was like, you have to watch this movie.
I mean, it is a good movie.
I mean, it is a good movie, but like she was kind of obsessed with the Mothman, like the whole thing. And then we went to a church conference in Pennsylvania somewhere, and we drove through Point Pleasant, West Virginia, over the bridge, and it was like a big deal. It was a whole thing. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So after messing up my intro,
sorry,
here we go. So grab your flashlights and let's embark on this journey together to illuminate the mystery of Mothman.
Just don't mistake it for your flashlight.
Wow. Anyways, our story begins in the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, in the 1960s. On November 12th, 1966, in a cemetery near Clendenin, West Virginia, 5 men who were simply out digging a grave claimed they saw a large winged figure fly overhead. Just 3 days later, the legend was born. It was as ordinary as any, and the biggest excitement was a high school football game on Friday nights. But on November 15th, 1966, everything changed. It was around 11:30 p.m. when 2 young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mallett, reported seeing a creature unlike anything they'd ever encountered. They described it as a man-like figure standing over 6 feet tall, with wings that stretched nearly 10 feet across. And no, it wasn't Azrael.
He has the biggest wingspan.
Yeah.
But you know what that means, ladies.
The bigger the wingspan, the bigger the... Anyways, but the most unsettling detail? Its eyes. They glowed a bright, unnatural red. The couples fled the scene, speeding down the highway as the creature chased them, keeping pace at speeds over 100 miles per hour.
Damn.
They eventually lost it, but the terror stayed with them. They went straight to the local police station to report what they'd seen. Skeptical at first, the officers soon found themselves listening to a tale of horror and confusion. The media picked up on the story, and the small town soon buzzed with fear and curiosity. Sightings continued for 13 months, each more unsettling than the last. But what exactly were they seeing? Was it a bird, some deformed animal, or something far more sinister?
It was an omen. Allegedly. We must look closer at the details to better understand how this legend unfolded. Eyewitnesses were consistent in their descriptions. The creature was large and humanoid, with a wingspan that could easily blot out the sky. Its eyes, those infamous red eyes, seemed to pierce right through you. And then, on December 15th, 1967, tragedy struck. Just over a year after the first sighting, the Silver Bridge, connecting Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio, suddenly collapsed during rush hour traffic. 46 people lost their lives as the bridge plunged into the icy waters of the Ohio River. The cause? A single faulty eyebar, a tiny crack that grew until it was too late. But locals couldn't help but wonder, was it just a coincidence that the Mothman sightings started shortly before the tragedy? In the aftermath, many believed the Mothman was more than just a monster. He was an omen, a harbinger of doom. People began to wonder if his presence was a warning of the catastrophe to come. But that wasn't the end of it. Over the years, similar sightings have been reported worldwide, sometimes right before disasters. Chernobyl, the Fukushima disaster, even before the tragic 9/11 attacks. I didn't realize that there were Mothman sightings before Chernobyl and Fukushima.
I heard
or 9/11.
Yeah. I heard that a little bit. Yeah. people have claimed to see a Mothman-like figure lurking nearby. So what does that mean? Is the Mothman a bringer of death, a supernatural messenger trying to warn us, or is it all just a coincidence? Now let's dive into the theories. What is the Mothman? One of the more scientific explanations is that witnesses were seeing a type of bird, the sandhill crane. I doubt it, but it's a large bird with a wingspan of up to 7 feet and patches of red around its eyes. Sounds plausible, right? No. Except these birds aren't known to exhibit the aggressive behavior reported, and they certainly can't keep up with the speeding car.
They're also not black.
I know.
And Mothman is supposed to be black.
Yeah, that was a theory that did not make sense. So.
And they don't look like their wingspan is large enough to blot out the sun.
Yeah, I know.
Unless it's literally in your face.
Yep, that was just a theory that was... I don't know. Another theory? Mass hysteria. Maybe, just maybe, the fear spread like a contagion, infecting the minds of Point Pleasant's residents until they started seeing what they expected to see.
Well, I mean, listen. Honestly, of all of the mundane explanations, that's the number one for me.
Yeah.
Because people... I'm sorry. People are pack animals.
Yeah.
And consciously or subconsciously, we want to be a part of something.
Right.
So I think a lot, barring actual paranormal activity,
right,
a lot of instances like this can be chalked up to mass hysteria.
A group of people can, think they saw the same thing because everybody else said, this is what they saw. So maybe that's what I saw too.
Especially in a quiet, small town in rural America.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of nowhere, where the most exciting thing is a Friday night high school football game.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But how do you explain the dozens of people who have reported eerily similar sightings outside of West Virginia? There's also a more paranormal theory that the Mothman is a creature from another dimension, which I think it is.
I mean, it could be like a Sasquatch type situation or a Loch Ness Monster.
I think cryptids are from another dimension, if they are real. Yeah.
Maybe
they go
some
back and
of them.
forth. Yeah.
Like
Bigfoot.
So if we want to talk in terms of mythology that's easily digestible to the common American, fairies. I'm not talking romantasy fairies. I'm talking traditional Celtic mythology fairies or Scandinavian elves or
right.
Nordic elves. They are said to live in thin places, borderlands.
Yeah.
There's a word for hedge in the hedges. There's mounds, there's, fairy rings. Certain areas of forest are not allowed to, legally protected because they're home to the fairies.
Right.
And traditional tales of people wandering into a fairy mound or crossing into the wrong part of the forest get trapped in the fairylands.
Yeah.
If you think of it in that context of interdimensional beings being in that same wavelength.
Right.
They can cross into our realm. We can cross into their realm, but when we cross into their realm, we're pretty much screwed.
Pretty much. Yeah, there's probably no coming back from that.
Well, if you do come back, there are stories of people that, disappear and they're gone for decades. And then all of a sudden they reappear and, I was gone for 10 minutes,
yeah,
but it's been 60 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
There's also a more paranormal theory that the Mothman is a creature from another dimension, a being that exists on the fringes of our reality. Some believe he's a guardian trying to warn us, which could be. It's possible. Others think he's something darker, a bringer of chaos and destruction.
I mean, if you think about, like, again, going with the theme of fairies, banshees.
Yeah.
They foretell of a imminent death.
Yeah.
If you hear a banshee, either you or somebody very nearby, it's your last night. You're not going to wake up in the morning.
Yep. Yeah, I've heard that.
Mothman and similar figures can be not necessarily of death today, but like upcoming situation that could be fatal or is fatal.
Yeah. And then there are those who believe the Mothman is connected to the infamous Men in Black. Those shadowy figures who show up whenever people start looking too closely at the unknown.
Or are the Men in Black connected to the Mothman? Like, is the Mothman connected to the Men in Black? Or do the Men in Black come sniffing around whenever people get too close to the truth about the Mothman?
Right, yeah.
Is what I mean.
I mean, there you go. Several witnesses claim to have been visited by strange men in dark suits after they reported seeing the Mothman. Were they being warned to keep quiet, or was it just paranoia? We may never know.
We may never know. Or was it local tricksters trying to freak out old Norma because Norma said she had an experience with the Mothman?
Well, it doesn't explain that anything outside of West Virginia, though. But
every small town has hooligans.
Yeah.
And, I mean, grown-ass adults can be hooligans, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's to stop somebody from the neighboring town putting on a black suit, going hunting down because they read an article where someone said that they had this experience, so they want to go freak them out?
Yeah, it's true. Who knows?
Who knows?
Even today, the Mothman refuses to fade into legend. Sightings continued from West Virginia to Chicago and everywhere in between. In 2017, Chicago experienced a wave of Mothman reports with over 50 sightings in a single year.
Wow.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Eyewitnesses described a creature with leathery wings, glowing red eyes, and a sense of overwhelming dread whenever they saw it. One man even reported seeing the creature swoop down and grab a dog, lifting it effortlessly into the air before disappearing into the night.
That sounds like a hawk.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hawk got Mrs. Jefferson's chihuahua.
Could be.
Yeah.
Point Pleasant has since embraced the Mothman legend, hosting an annual Mothman festival and even constructing a statue and even constructing a statue of the creature.
Mm-hmm.
The Mothman has become a cultural symbol with books like John Keel's The Mothman Prophecies and subsequent films such as the 2002 movie of the same name, starring Richard Gere, further cementing his place in paranormal lore. Is it the same Mothman from Point Place or something else entirely? So what can we take away from the story of the Mothman? Is it just a myth, a product of fear and imagination, or is there something more lurking in the shadows? The truth is, we may never have a definitive answer. But one thing is sure, the Mothman has become a part of our cultural mythology, a reminder that some mysteries can never be fully explained. He's a symbol of fear, a creature that makes us question what we really know about the world. Maybe, just maybe, he's still out there, watching us, waiting. And that is the Mothman.
I really wanted to say commiserating.
Commiserating.
Watching, waiting. Do you know how many times in the Shepherd King Chronicles they say watching, waiting, and every single time my brain goes, commiserating.
Yep. That's crazy. So yeah, what'd you think?
I mean, Nothing. Well, I don't want to say nothing I didn't already know, because I didn't know that there have been more recent Mothman sightings. I did not know that there was Mothman sightings leading up to the Chernobyl nuclear meltdown.
Yeah.
The Fukushima disaster. And 9/11.
Yeah, it seems like there have been reports with every major disaster since 1966.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's like hysteria, or if people know of Mothman saying, "Oh, Mothman was there. We saw him right before the disaster." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean,
exactly. I mean, that's the thing when it comes to pop culture mythology. It's really hard to know the intentions of human beings.
Yeah, and there are a lot of bad people.
Or just, like, bored housewives that want attention because they ain't got nothing. Their husband's out fucking his secretary every night. They're miserable. They need some excitement and some drama in their lives.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope everybody liked this. I hope everybody likes the Halloween specials that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I like doing this. So I'm actually ahead of schedule. I'm like 1 or 2 weeks ahead. So
sweet.
I'm hoping to stay ahead and do this every week. I used to get them out on Mondays, but I like getting them out on Wednesdays better because it gives me a few
extra
more
day.
Yeah,
extra day off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra days to edit and get stuff going. So.
Yep. Instead of, because we record Saturday nights, and then you spend all day Sunday editing to have it uploaded by Monday morning.
Yeah, I like being ahead of schedule and having them out on Wednesdays to prevent me from like having anxiety to get it out the next day and all that shit. So, yeah.
Yep.
I'm still going to do this. I decided I'm not going to give up. So.
Well, that's good.
Even if I get 10, 15 listeners, that's 10, 15 people that love my show. So.
Yeah.
All right.
10, 15 people that somehow aren't turned off by the sound of my voice.
I try to make it sound good, but... Yeah.
Oh, is it that much work?
No.
Make my voice sound good.
No.
So when I record for Hot Mess Roundtable, we all wear headphones.
Yeah.
And so... everything, like, even when we're having sidebar conversations, most of the time we're talking to each other through the microphones.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like hearing my own voice.
I wear an earbud for this, just to, like, if I have to stop and go back. Mm-hmm. I don't have that turned on to where I...
No, we hear it in real time, and I'm like, God, my voice is grating.
Yeah, I don't have that turned on where I hear us talking in real time, so...
Yeah. I know you didn't. I was just saying, like, I don't know how people can listen to the sound of my voice, because I can't.
It's not terrible.
Well...
it's not that bad.
Well...
anyways.
I would hope you would think that, because you're stuck with it for the rest of your life, so.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I love you. Anyways, have you anything else?
No.
All right.
I'm gonna go cry now.
No, I'm just kidding. Shit. If you have any stories or requests of anything you want to hear about or know anyone who does, please email me at afraidishpodcast@gmail.com, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at afraidishpodcast. Tell me what haunted locations you want to hear about or anything paranormal. All the links will be in the show notes. I have this on YouTube as audio. And speaking of YouTube, people seem to like the Halloween specials. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones that get the most views on YouTube, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
You can listen almost anywhere you listen to podcasts. Also rate and review on Apple Podcasts and rate on Spotify. 5 stars, please.
5 por favor.
Yes, por favor. And remember, the world is full of mysteries just waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's always something new to discover. and sometimes the most unexplained places are the most haunted. Until next time, don't be afraid of the dark.
Be afraid-ish
of what's in it. Bye.
Bye.
So grab your flashlights and let's embark on this journey together to illuminate the mystery of Mothman.
Just don't mistake it for your fleshlight.
Wow. Anyways.